Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud. It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
Welcome, everybody, into another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. Mike ain't here. I am your host, Scott. With me, as always, is Mookie. Mookie, what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just seeing Christian flip all upside down and back around. His camera's having a hard time or something. Doing well, man. It feels like, we've rounded that corner into spring, one might say. So things are right around the corner. Weather's turning around here, Cincinnati. So feeling good, feeling great. How about you?
Baseball is back, baby. The minute we got off the show last week, they might as well have said, oh, hey, guys, by the way, screw you. You're going to have to wait an entire week to actually cover this content, because it felt like the minute the show was over, they announced that deal. But doesn't matter. Baseball is back. We're going to talk all about that. We're going to talk about the nonsense that has gone on in the NFL this week with money. Holy shit, some people are rich, and I don't understand why. Obviously, everything that happened in baseball since. And, we are going to talk about Travis Steele no longer being the coach at one Xavier University. Hold on. Yeah, it's worth two. We're happy around these parts.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. That's all I got to say, man. Like, too long a time coming. Great guy, real stand-up gentleman, family man, etc. But he ain't no basketball coach. He got to go.
He does got to go.
We were talking pre-show, and I can't help but laugh at the fact that it was so bad that they were like, there was a lot of talk of it had to happen regardless of whether we went to the NIT or not. And then somehow the administration was like, all right, you know what, man? Like, we'll let them play out the tournament. We'll make the announcement after that. We'll see how it goes. Then they somehow squeak by Cleveland State, and they're like, you got to go. Like,
well, we're going to get into it a little bit more here in a second. Let's go ahead and finish intros here before Mookie goes off the deep end. Christian, how you doing this week?
I'm doing good.
What are you drinking?
My job. That's why 59-cent ramen.
Nice.
Is that because you got fired from your job, or does that have no correlation?
That's a result of me getting fired from my job.
Damn. Things took a
All
turn
right,
quick.
we're going to talk about that. I'm going to need to hear this story, but we'll get into that in just a minute. Let's go on ahead and intro our beers this week. Mookie, what the hell are you drinking?
I gotta be honest, man. The can has got all kinds of stuff all over it. It's got like a Magic the Gathering card thing on it, and like other cards. It's something else, but it's actually called Chaotic Neutral, spelled Newtral. Okay, let's go with it. From High Hops Brewery in, yeah, you guessed it, Colorado. It's a sour fruited gose. It's all right. It's unique to say the least. It's light though.
Like gauche?
Gauche? What? How the fuck do you say it?
It's pronounced gauche. Gauche. Yeah, it's pronounced gauche, dude, but go ahead.
Well, we'll have to look that one up later on the Wikipedias. Figure that one out.
It's no apricot, but
it's no apricot. Gauche? I thought gauche was like a fashion term, like, oh, don't be so gauche or whatever.
I mean, it might be, but it's also a style of beer. Like, that's what you
look at
drink.
us. We're learning shit. That's pretty good. I feel like it's a good start. But yeah, I would be DTF with this beer. I feel like she'd be a really chill, laid back gal. There'd probably be a little bit more body hair than I'd be expecting, but I can get down with a little hipster, hippie girl, whatnot.
All right. Well, interesting enough, I guess. Christian, what the hell are you drinking, Mr. 59-cent cup of noodles?
Bud Light. out of a bottle. And also, I've been sipping on some wine too.
So you started off with a bottle of wine tonight?
Yeah. And I
Oh.
think wine would give me no choice but to fuck the Bud Light. So
Hey-o.
Well, I guess that's settled then. I guess the Bud Light's on its way.
Yeah.
I am drinking
Gross.
Java Groove. This is a super delicious light chocolate coffee ale, rather, coming out 5.8%. I mean, I don't even know what to say other than this. It's just a nice, smooth drinking light coffee ale. I'm gonna fuck the shit out of it, so let's go on ahead and get to the rest of the show. No reason to waste any time. So Mookie, do we want to
this music's putting me to sleep, man. All right, cool, good. I was like, I mean, Scott, if you're trying to tell some bedtime stories and wind down, like I'm feeling it, but we got ways to go here still.
Well, let's go on ahead, and I know we're going to get to baseball and football or whatever, but we might as well talk with the most timely news. And Mookie, you got into it a little bit there. Travis Steele, no longer the coach at Xavier University. This was a long time coming. My man collapsed for the 4th straight season after starting the season off ranked. God, the Musketeers got worse and worse under him each year. They showed no signs of improvement. Just a nightmare of a program going on right now. And so it was more than time that Travis goes, but yeah, he was let go after they won the first NIT game, which says all you need to know. He struggled so mightily to beat a Cleveland State team at home that they let him go.
And they were a mighty 2 seed coming into this too, I think, right? Because it's a 2-7, and they struggled that much. So again, it was a bottom end of the NIT that was giving them all the struggles in the world. I feel like we could have seen this coming the way the last couple of years unfolded down there in Norwood. Obligatory sell the team, Bob, for missing Mike.
Yeah, Scotty, we're going to talk all about the Reds and Big Bob's moves this week. Yeah. Go ahead, though, Mookie.
I was just confused because I was like, wait, what did we do? I'm pretty sure none of us on the show are under contract, so how can we sell Mike or miss Mike? I don't know. Yeah,
seems I may have pronounced it incorrectly, too.
So I looked it up. I don't know. Hold on. We'll see if this works, but we're going to
say Tank is telling us that it's pronounced Goza.
All right, so I don't know if can you hear this?
So it sounded like all I can hear is goes.
That was it. All right, so wait, now here's what you said. Okay, so that's gauche, yes. But goes like the beer is supposed to be said this way. Yeah,
it sounds like good radio. Goes. I was just gonna say it still sounded the same, but either way, I guess we're all wrong. None of us know how to pronounce it.
We're all idiots, but we're drinking good beer. That's all that matters, right? So, yeah, Travis Steele got fired, but that's not the biggest news I think in college basketball right now. Scott, before we talk about the brackets, any last second thoughts on the future of the Muskies and their basketball squad?
No, I mean, the rumors are all out there, and it seems like it's almost next to certain that Miller's coming back. I mean, all reports.
Miller or Mac?
Miller. Like, he's rumored to be in Cincinnati right now, was at Cintas earlier today. Apparently, he has offers from, like, Florida and one other school or whatever, and that's why Xavier had to move now. Like, it turns out it had nothing to do with one Travis Steele so much as the timing was basically Miller saying, if y'all don't give me this job or offer me this job, I'm going elsewhere. So this is like a speed up type thing, and I wouldn't be shocked if Miller was announced within the next few days.
You know what, though? Honestly, Scott, I kind of love that because, again, checkered past and things didn't end well for him at his last stop, but I really think Arch did some good stuff up there in Bloomington. I think really what it came down to is Archie just had the expectations were extremely high, and I don't think even he understood that, coming from Dayton when he went up to coach IU. So I'd love to see Arch Miller kind of take the reins of the Xavier program and have a smaller school who he can kind of absorb that the outside the lines duties, if you will, while really turn the program around. So yeah, I'd love to see that.
Cool. Sean Miller for the uninitiated.
Jesus.
Not our
That guy?
yeah, the Miller that left us at the altar.
The crackhead. like I'm pretty sure the confirmed cokehead, right? Like
I was gonna see how long you went on.
I was just letting
I
him
could've
go.
gone-
like
I could have gone farther. Like
I
he had a
knew
couple
would
good
just
runs to
keep
the Big
going,
Ten.
so I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna let Mookie have this one because I left the door open. It was my fault because I just said Miller, and as soon as he said
Yeah.
Arch, I was like, damn it, that's on me.
After you dropped it like the second or the third time, I was like, "Ooh, okay, let's listen really hard. Don't listen to what he's saying. Just listen to the words, because no matter what, if he doesn't say Sean anywhere in there, we're good to go."
I always forget about Archie, and so
Yeah,
it didn't even
right?
occur to me that I should say it. I was like, if I say Miller and Xavier, I mean, everybody knows who the hell we're talking about. There's
You
only
think.
one.
I think Archie Miller is in talks for the URI job, actually.
Oh, really?
Christian trying to make his school relevant. Nice try. Too hard? Went too hard at him?
That was a little rough. I mean, come on, he got fired from his job this week.
That's true. The guy got let go.
Back.
Hey, but you know what though? From what I've learned over the last 2 years, unemployment's pretty dope. So
I
like,
don't think it's still a thing like it was though.
no, it got
Yeah, I
changed.
don't think they're just handing out money like they were a few months ago. Like it's gone back to just being kind of shitty. Like you actually need to work again.
Yeah,
That's
I definitely
terrible.
deserved it. I was like,
So do
Get
we
my
get to know the
boss from work.
details?
Okay, real quick, just to put a bow on this Steele thing. So we're gonna keep an eye out, but like I said, the rumors and things are heavily indicating that they're probably gonna go with Sean Miller. At this point, that's probably the best we can hope for because. Mookie, did you see the short list or like the list that has been floated out there by some people of like potential replacements? There wasn't shit that was inspiring on there. Like Miller with the FBI hunting him down and whatever sanctions that he left there at Arizona is still like the best option of the people that they had on the short list.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a very inspiring list at all.
There's also a part of me that's not that surprised, but I still wanted Travis gone at the end of the day.
Hey, F's for Mike in the chat, all the way from Arizona. He misses us. He says, "Fuck Bob Castellini and R.I.P. Steele's career."
Yeah.
I mean, do we really want
I
to
don't
rest
feel
in peace?
bad
Like
for
I was
him.
gonna say, he's just gonna end up. Would you be surprised if he just ended up back on Miller's staff? Like,
Not at all,
Miller just
honestly,
have him
like-
on the end of the bench and be like, I mean, we agreed to go our mutual ways, but like you're still a good recruiter, so like
Doesn't mean those
just-
mutual ways don't end up nearby each other,
Right.
right? Like, and that was the thing is he could always recruit, and so we'd always start out strong, and he could recruit, but the problem was he couldn't coach or develop the program, and so when we started off the season beating teams we shouldn't because we had raw talent and they hadn't gelled. And then you kind of flipped that on its head as you got late because we didn't improve at all, and other teams, overtook us by leaps and bounds. Doesn't help that Nova was smacking our ass every time too, but at least we always beat UC. We got that going for us.
Yeah, I mean, you make your money in conference, and he constantly stubbed his toe in conference. Like, what we beat Villanova one time his entire tenure? Is that, or if that? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, it was just consistently bad against teams that we should have beat, and it was kind of like being a rookie QB. It was like, oh, hey, when nobody has any tape on our team or they haven't seen us at all, then we were fine. But the minute we got into conference play and everybody had seen how we were going to play, we shat the bed and fell apart and never recovered. And it was just it was the same year after year after year.
Yeah.
He's also the first coach to be let go since 1957 by Xavier.
That blows my mind. It really does. And it shows you just how bad he was.
Right. You have to be epically bad to be let go from Xavier.
The Jesuits are very stingy people. Like, I mean, honestly, everyone should know that. It's no secret.
Well, and they're obviously very forgiving too. But,
it's
4
true.
straight
Yeah.
years, they're like, nah, you got to
just go to confession, drop a couple dimes in the whatever bin, and you'll be fine. But let's shift over to the rest of the college basketball world that people are actually paying attention to. What y'all think about this March Madness bracket? Who you got in your Final Four, or do you just want to pick overall champ right here?
UConn.
Okay, well, I wasn't asking you because we all knew your answer.
Hold on. Christian got fired this week. Let's let him break down his bracket first.
Well, I see a lot of people that have UConn in the Elite Eight. I just don't see a way that we lose before Gonzaga, and I think we'll beat Gonzaga. And then hopefully that results in us also ending Coach K's career. And then once we're in the national championship, we don't lose in the national.
It's academic.
Yeah, right. We're UConn. It doesn't happen.
I mean, 4-0 in the national championship. So
did you maybe get fired from your job from just all those long walks finally catching up with you and you completely going brain dead? Like, those are some strong takes, but my man, that is so outwardly aggressive. Like,
I love how confident that he is that of course, if we face Gonzaga,
like, we got Gonzaga. We got him. Yeah, we got him. Like, we were mid-table, maybe in the Big East. We'll take out Gonzaga. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, mid-table.
Mid-table.
3. But I mean, I want Gonzaga.
He's give him Gonzaga. Christian wants his shot, man.
Yeah, who knew? Somebody wants one of the number 1 seeds. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm sure the 16th seed is saying the same thing right now. They're like, yeah, we wanted fucking Gonzaga, man. Hey, we got this.
If UMBC can do it, then so can UConn.
5 seed. We're 5.
Are they?
So
that means they're primed for the 5-12 upset.
I was gonna say, I've been sitting on this because I was gonna try to work it in, and I was looking through the bracket. I was like, all right, so where's my 5-12? Just to be super cliche and basic. And I saw UConn on that 5 line, and I was like, oh, I did
think of Christian when I was filling out my bracket and saw that. I was like, do I do this because it's Christian? And I'm just like, it would be hilarious if they were the 5-12, but I couldn't bring myself to do it on that one. I forget where I had UConn going on.
You like UConn. Like,
is it?
You love UConn in March. You love No, like, I'm not even joking. You can laugh. But
I mean, I'm just laughing. It's like, I mean, I guess, but when they've been good, they have
talked to myself. Me and this other kid, the kid I went to the tournament with, have fully convinced ourselves that we're a Final Four team. And, like, that's anything else is a disappointment.
So, you know what? I got so much respect for you, man. Like, to be that hammer drunk all the time, to think this so truthfully. I remember those days, and son, hold on to them, man. Those are the good old days, all right? Don't let those slip through your fingers. Now, if you black out and forget a lot of it, that's fine. You were still there. You lived it. So because I was going to ask you this when I got a second to just honestly, objectively, how far do you think UConn's going? But you've already answered the question. It's been honestly,
the earliest we get kicked out is the Elite Eight.
Okay, that's fair. Fair. The Elite Eight.
Which the Elite Eight would still,
because who's on the other side of your game?
Get Gonzaga in the 16, so the Elite Eight would still knock Gonzaga out.
Oh. That would be Christian. I would be the biggest Huskies fan for life if y'all did that. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Can't just wait on it.
Okay.
Buy the jersey now, man.
I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right. So who else do you have in your Final Four? You've got UConn, and who are your other 3?
Doesn't matter.
I was gonna say it doesn't matter.
I think Arizona is probably realistically going to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Do you have Arizona winning it all in your bracket?
Yeah, like, I have 2 brackets. I have my UConn bracket, and then I have, like, my real bracket. Okay. UConn's in the Final Four in both of them, though. I will say that.
I mean, we do always talk on this show about having the old sheets of integrity and not having more than one bracket, but I'm gonna let this one slide because if you have just this is my fantasy school rooting bracket, and then this is my real one, like that. I think I'm going to let that be okay. I don't know if Mike and I have ever discussed that angle where it's like, okay, my second one or my other one is just what I want to happen bracket.
Thing is, you could never talk yourselves into thinking Xavier was going to win the national championship.
First of all, I could never talk you into pronouncing it correctly. It's Xavier, motherfucker, and you know that.
to be fair, he caught and corrected himself earlier, and I was like, no, you're talking about Travis Steele. He is Xavier. We don't have any connection with him. So he knows it, and he's getting better. He's getting better at it. But yeah, I agree, Christian. Kev
says only real fans have Norfolk State winning it all.
Kev's probably going to handle a bourbon deep himself, so I'd love to see the rest of his bracket.
It's funny because I don't even remember who do you have in your Final Four? Because I'm trying to. I know two. I only went chalk. Like I'm just the only reason I even filled out a bracket was because it's for the fantasy football league. That's how we determine the picks. So I filled out my bracket. So I got Arizona winning it all. I know I think I have them beating Gonzaga to win it all. And I don't even know what the rest of the bottom. I think I had UK. I had UK making it for my wife out of their region, and then was it Auburn? I might have had Auburn in the bottom. I was
going to say that sounds similar because I had Auburn against Zona on the right side. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of back and forth for me in that Gonzaga bracket, but. That was the only region that I kind of like went back and forth and like I guess I spent the most time in was that region. Well, because now that I look back at it, actually having filled it out, I did have in the Sweet 16 Zags versus UConn and then Notre Dame versus Michigan State, and so I was really conflicted with all of those. I'm like, well, I can't pick UConn because that'll make Christian happy, and that just ain't right. And then,
but you wanted to. That's.
Because Christian, to put him across from like one of my most hated rivals in college basketball. I hate Gonzaga so much.
But like you think they could win that game? That's the thing.
Kev says that Auburn's sliding at the wrong time. I don't know. The thing about Auburn too is just like they got Bruce Pearl. I believe in Bruce Pearl. Like,
but also all of Auburn's players are first-round draft picks, so they
right. Like, I mean, that's like they got NBA guys and Bruce Pearl. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like an easy call.
Yeah.
And then on the bottom left, I got Baylor. So then
who
else
is in that region? Who? Because I didn't have Baylor.
Kentucky.
No, you know what? I take that back. I had Baylor beating Kentucky, so I had Baylor.
Yeah, there's just some garbage in there besides UK and Baylor.
You know, who's gonna be an early exit? Purdue.
I was just gonna say that.
I saw a stat that's like Purdue has like they're not even top 150 in defensive rankings. So like,
they're terrible. They really are.
Hold up, like I think I haven't gone in the second round.
Yeah, no, same here because it's Purdue. Like, if they can't shoot the ball, which they can't, like, there's nothing remarkable about that team. Plus they don't have. It's the Big Ten. No one in the Big Ten has scorers. You know what I mean? And like that's what you need in college is you need a dude who can go out there and Steph Curry you like 24 points in the second half, and nobody in the Big Ten has that. Change my mind.
You have Davidson going deep, which is what you're saying.
Oh, dude, so deep. like Debbie does Dallas deep, man. You don't even know.
Where do we officially have Coach K ending his career? Because it sure as hell ended the championship. So where do you have Coach K going out in your bracket?
The Elite Eight to UConn, right?
To UConn?
Even easier. That's an easy one, man. He loses to Izzo in the second round.
I can see that. Yeah.
I thought about going that route, but this Izzo team, for whatever reason, even though I know I've told myself my rule when filling out a bracket used to be don't look at anything else, just put Michigan State in the Final Four and then fill out your bracket surrounding that because somehow, some way they always end up in the Final Four. But this Izzo team is not good, like not like a good Izzo team that I would think even has like the ability to do anything like make a strong run.
I agree, except the Duke team is also not that good, but
they're good enough to beat that Michigan State team. Is all
I don't know.
I wanted to pick Michigan State just because I'm like, ha, it'd be funny if he didn't even make it past that round, but I couldn't do it because they're not that good.
I think the pressure of the moment's getting to him, man. I think that, man by man, Duke has way more talent than State, but those kids are just they're cracking. They're starting to fold under the pressure, man, and there's just no other way to say it. And Kev coming in here with like all kinds of stats and like full sentences. What's going on, dude?
He's talking about he's going back to Auburn, saying that
I know that
ranked teams isn't good. They were 2-3 to end the year, and then they got bounced in the SEC tournament by A&M. I mean, I get all that, but I don't know. Of course. Uh, didn't they do that a few years ago though? Like struggle down the stretch and then got in the tournament, and it was like they flipped the switch. Like, wasn't
Yeah.
it the same fucking deal with them?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think those NBA players get
Whoa.
bored towards the end of the year, and then it's like, oh shit, okay, it's the tournament. Like, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Like this shit matters. This is how they're gonna make their money. Also, Scott, can you put that comment up from Tyson talking shit about Xavier baseball? Because we need to set him straight. Like he needs to know better than to come at me about this. No, not that one. Who gives a fuck about the NIT? Yeah, how Tyson says you guys should talk about how much Xavier sucks with an X at basketball. Oh, he said
Yeah, I know.
basketball.
That's why I put it up on screen because I was like, "What are you talking about?"
I thought it
says
said
basketball.
I thought it said baseball when I scanned the comments. I was just so ready to be offended and defend the baseball team because I gotta tell you, dude, I drove by campus today and it's buzzing. Like there is some
Because of
palpable
baseball?
energy. Yeah, they just resurfaced the field. They got all kinds of like little black pellets in the AstroTurf or whatever now. You know those bleachers, they're looking really nice, painted blue. Like maybe this might be a baseball school, Scott. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It might be a baseball school. You guys, I'm telling you, plenty of room on the bandwagon left. I know your Braves have had a decent offseason so far, but there's others in the city who don't feel the same way about their squads.
You mean about their baseball teams?
Yeah, about the way
you were
hot
afraid of the
stove's
Reds
going.
Are we switching? Are we getting off of March Madness and just switching gears to the Reds? Is that what? Is that
I
what
mean,
you're asking?
I talk shit about Christian's team, so I'm good.
I mean, I'm fair with that too. But I mean, if we're gonna go into baseball, we're gonna go into baseball properly,
Here's
baby.
the pitch. Oh shit.
So since I know Mike's got nothing to do out there in Arizona on vacation, I'm going to make the request now that he makes us a second baseball clip that is just a bit outside. Like we need to have the two options there.
I don't know, man. I mean, I enjoy just a bit outside. Well, it's just that's like played out. Like everybody associates that with Major League. I love this because this is uniquely us. Plus the gif of Kinsler sliding into third face first is never gonna get old. Like never going to get old.
Can we get some Austin Kearns in there?
Austin Kearns. Now you're going real inside baseball.
I mean, I'm just saying, shout out our boy Tank, man. That was a lot of fun this Sunday. Appreciate the invite and you hosting.
Yeah, seriously, we should mention that we were on Tank's show this week. Had a great fucking time. It was amazing that we got to sit there and all talk together. And we realized it was the first show that we've done in person since this thing happened. We haven't even done our own show with the three of us in the same room. And yet there we were at Tank's house chopping it up with Tank. But, dude, I had a fucking blast. So you guys make sure you guys check that out when Tank finally puts that up there.
I was gonna say we could drop the socials later, but maybe wait until he puts the episode
Yeah.
out. I don't know.
No, I was just gonna say, I know he put out the preview yesterday, but I don't want to pressure him into getting the show up there sooner than he's done. So
if for no other reason, you could tune in and listen to me learn how to do a tease. I think I did the tease. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I did.
Yeah, you did struggle with the definition of things, but okay, let's go on ahead and talk about baseball. Like I said. Last week, just after the show, what was it, Thursday afternoon, the deal finally got done. The lockout was lifted. We're going to have baseball. The owners bluffed their way into getting pretty much everything they wanted. The players got just about everything they wanted. They're still kind of hashing things out with the international draft. They've got until the end of the month in April to figure out what the hell is going to happen with that. And if not, it's going to revert back to the same way it has been. But other than that, it's been nuts because right after that, they had said that they were canceling all those games, put them back on the schedule, and all of a sudden it was a 3-week sprint to get ready for the season. They will be starting on April 7th. And ever since that announcement went down, the Reds have done nothing except for sell off anything that's not nailed down. I think the last man standing is Luis Castillo, and many people thought he'd be like the first thing to go, but somehow he's the last man standing, and it's got ugly because fans are protesting outside Great American Ballpark. They want Bob Castellini to sell the team, and I can't lie, he's done them kind of really shitty.
So I got to be honest, man, and this is where I kind of just like sit back and let you and Mike do the baseball thing because I gotta Google a lot of these dudes' names and why they matter sometimes. The Reds, I used to have a decent pulse on the Reds, but then when I stopped having to drive into work and listen to 1530, it just kind of disappeared. You know what I mean? And so I know some of the names on the team and stuff like that, but there's a part of me that's just kind of like, is this a surprise? Like they had some young talent. They're not the team that's going to go out there and have a huge payroll. So isn't this kind of their MO to build talent up, sell when they're high, and then start to rebuild again until they can get out from under Votto?
Well, except for the fact that they were just in the playoffs 2 years ago. I know it was a strike shortened season, but then they came into last year and they didn't sell off the team like a lot of people thought maybe they would. They added a couple pieces and they were in it all year. I mean, they were in it till the end in their division. The things fell apart like after the All-Star break and whatnot. But you could make an argument that if they had gone out and made a couple of these moves in the division that they're in, because the Cardinals didn't do dick, the Cubs made quite a few moves, within the last 24 hours. So they might be, but they still are kind of far enough away that you're like, the Reds would have kept them at bay. I don't know. It just seems really weird that they were kind of in a playoff mode and now they went and did everything, except for when you realize, and news came out, that the Reds were one of the only teams, I think there were 3 of them, that voted against the fucking CBA and voted against the money in the pool that was going towards the CBA.
Yeah, which is interesting. Again, this is just my take on it. With baseball, I feel you. Hey, what up, Tank? He's saying, what are you into with Craft Brewed Sports? Will drop this Sunday, period.
So there you go. We got our release date.
Boom.
Check out What Are You Into coming this Sunday.
Set your alarm clock.
Tank.
Don't have to worry about springing forward or falling back or any of that bullshit.
Thank God.
I don't know if you saw, Scott, but there's a bill through the Senate to make it permanent.
And I did see that. Of course, I saw that. That was like the first thing working in news. It was one of the first things I saw.
True, yeah.
Excited about. But anyway, yeah. So the Reds have sold everything off, and I don't know, man. It just seems real shitty because Bob Castellini kind of decided that he was just going to take the money and run. Essentially, like he's put money into the team, but he's made a bunch of stupid ass decisions and now is crying poverty. And rather than trying to do anything to make the team better, he just decided he's going to sell it all off. And I mean, Reds fans have stuck it out through all of this bullshit. And they were super passionate when this team was competing, at the beginning of the Votto days. So I don't understand doing this and trying to pretend like I do it. And they're not even doing it the right way. Like if you're going to sell all these pieces off and get rid of everybody in a fire sale, I get that they were trying to dump a couple of the contracts so you can't necessarily get the best players back, but they're essentially giving away every one of their players.
Yeah.
Like none of the prospects they're getting back are worth a damn. None of them are highly ranked. It's literally just stripping everything to its core. I guess starting over, but you can't really start over if you aren't getting in assets that are going to help you down the line.
Well, that's what I wasn't aware of. But so then what the hell is the point? Like, if you're not getting anything in return, why would we be making this fire sale? And I think it was Mike or someone who was saying that the thought is, or the conspiracy theory, I don't know if it's worth putting the tinfoil hat music on, but that what's his name is getting ready to sell the team.
Yeah, I mean that's usually, if you can read through the tea leaves, what usually happens when owners are about to sell the team is but again, it just seems really weird that if you're going to do this, that you wouldn't have already done it. Like, I don't know, before last season, because again, they had made the playoffs and it was obvious that they were like good enough to do it. And they didn't sell off at the deadline. They stood pat. Like if you were going to do this and make it so that you could kind of at least pretend like you weren't doing what was obvious to everybody, you do it at the trade deadline last year, because then you can at least make the argument, okay, we're selling off our pieces. We're getting the best thing we can. We're going to do this thing up right. And in the off season, we're going to start rebuilding. Instead, you wait till after the lockout and then sell everybody in what is a blatant cash grab.
Well, maybe they realized, they couldn't sell people during the lockout, so they had to wait through it out, wait it out, man. Look, I think I know the answer to the problem. Okay, so here's what we need to do.
And Kevin makes a good point. Generally, giving away all your decent players for pennies on the dollar hurts your value a bit. I mean, yeah, for prospective buyers, like I know this, every MLB franchise is desirable from the standpoint that they all make money. But yeah, I mean, if you're trying to sell the team, it's really weird to be like, hey, we've got the rookie of the year and a bunch of spare parts. Here you go.
I mean, they don't really care because the team will still make money from the TV deals for the first couple years while they rebuild. But
and Tank says it feels like we're living on the plot for Major League. Yeah, I mean, I can't really argue with that.
If that's the case, then does that mean that somewhere there's a large cardboard cutout of an old woman they're going to start peeling the stickers off?
I don't know, but it also means that I need Willie Mays Hayes to come here. Like, if you're going to go Major League, go full on Major League. And I need Jobu to show up in the locker room with the Sage. Like, I need the whole package. Can't just half-ass and do the plot, but not all the good stuff.
I mean, I'd be down for that. That would sell some tickets right there.
Jobu?
Well,
or just the idea of doing Major League?
All of it. I don't see there being a losing proposition any way, shape, or form in all of that. But what I was going to say, too, is I think what we really need, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but Mike Brown just needs to step up, do right by the city and by the Reds.
How crazy is it that right now in this city, the Bengals are more viable? In fact, I mean, I guess we can talk a little bit more baseball, but that's kind of a perfect natural transition here. So we'll dabble in the NFL real quick. So NFL free agency also happened this week, and a bunch of goddamn teams just lost their collective minds. Christian Kirk is apparently worth $20 million as a wide receiver. I don't know on what planet, but he's making $20 million in Jacksonville. Von Miller just signed a deal worth $45 million guaranteed with the Bills over 6 years, which you'll never see 6 years. Yeah, for 120, but 45 are guaranteed. All of the stupid ass money this week. I don't know. It just seemed like just about every deal that came down, except for the Bengals. The Bengals opened up and got 2 offensive linemen out of the way. I mean, it was literally like the only thing that would have won the Super Bowl for them is if they could have protected Burrow for more than 2 seconds at any given point during that game. So they actually, again, while the Reds are off selling, the Bengals are the most viable team in this city. What the hell? When the hell did that happen?
Well, now hold on a minute. Now, not only are you again disrespecting Xavier baseball, but I also think you're overlooking our local Cincinnati Cyclones. Like, that club is stout, man. Like, they got
all right, fine. The most viable professional franchise.
There you go. All right, that'll allow. Right. But man, no, the moves this offseason so far. I feel like what's going on here is the NFL was like, oh wait, what's that baseball? You had a lockout and then you're gonna open back up and try to like actually get some pub. Here's what we're gonna do. And they have all the owners like, look, spend money. If you're gonna spend money, just fucking do it all now and blow all this stupid baseball shit back out of the water. Because like, what was it I said earlier? The Nickelback from the Rams got Nickelback money to go down to what the fuck, dude? Like, that's crazy.
Well, and apparently Trent Baalke, I don't know what he's either smoking that synthetic marijuana or what the hell was that shit down there that they were doing in Florida that was making everybody like crawl up lampposts and run out naked in traffic and shit. Christian, what the hell was that a few years back? PCP? That shit that was making people think they were like zombies and shit, like peeling at their skin.
Oh, it was like it's a crocodile.
Yeah.
Did it have a name? Like I don't remember.
It's like a form of heroin, basically.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, I just remember it was making people go nuts, and the people were like running into the running. I remember it like makes you super hot, so people will peel off all their clothes and shit. And the one dude ran like across the interstate butt ass naked, and like it was a whole thing where everybody in Florida seemed to be get caught up on it every week.
My friend right now is in Cancun. This is like a little off, but it relates. And he was talking to this girl, and this girl was holding like a jewel, like a jewel. He's like, oh, like, can I rip your jewel? It was laced with PCP, and he starts freaking out.
Thank you, Kevin. Bath salts. Bath salts is what the fuck I was talking about. That's what it was. Bath salts. Anyway, wait, hold on. So Jewel had
Laced with
in it?
PCP.
Yeah, laced with PCP. He starts freaking out, and like he had to be like brought back to his hotel. So yeah, go laced.
What?
Yeah.
Don't do drugs, kids. Just
Like,
weed.
I heard that story, and I was like, that fucked me up for life. I think.
Oh yeah. Freaking, that's what
I
happens.
probably quit nicotine. I'll tell you that.
I'd switch to needles. I'd be like, I can't be trusting stuff I puff on. Like, I need to see it come out of a canister. Got to do it with the needle. Also, damn, what were they saying? Oh, right. Both Kev and Robert Taylor chiming in with the bath salts, by the way. So, like, people got you, Scott. Don't you worry. When you need to figure out
I know. No, I knew
drugs are called.
I couldn't remember. I knew it had some like weird name, but even though that was just like the street name for it or whatever, but it was seriously, there was a string of news stories, and it was like,
oh yeah,
is bath salts gonna take over the country? Like people freaking out,
zombies.
And then
they were talking about like actual because bath salts are a thing,
right? Yeah,
I thought people were like
actually doing baths.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Like the
they
kids
sell these at Bed Bath and Beyond, and
kids are eating Tide Pods, and adults are taking bath salts.
God, the fuck is wrong with this world, man? Like, oh, it's true though. Like that's what our society's come down to, man. Just
but that's what
eating
I mean.
products.
That must be what Trent Baalke's on though down there, because those deals were fucking absurd. I also got pissed, and I was like, I'm gonna save that hatred for Christian. Give us DJ Jones back, you son of a bitch.
Sucks. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it does, dude. You don't even know. You're too busy worried about Russell Wilson running around back there, and you got yourself a hell of a
press conference today.
Did they have an introductory presser today?
Oh yeah, because the trade went official today.
Oh no, actually, I missed that. I'm sure
I don't like when Russell Wilson opens his mouth. I'll just say.
Yeah, thank you. At least you can't defend that, because that's the thing about Russell Wilson for me. As much as he burned me and as much of a pain in the ass he was, it was just way worse to hear him speak, because he's
so
just
corny. It's so
yes, he's the ultimate, coach speak quarterback, just and he's so fake and all shucks, and I just never bought that shit. Like I like him as a player, but man, he's one cornball brother, to use a quote from the media.
It's bad. Like the closer today, he was like Broncos Nation, let's ride. But like he said it in a way that was just like, oh my god.
Well, and after you showed me that electric video last week after the show, I mean, I thought I had seen everything, and then
Mr. Unlimited.
I was gonna say, I was waiting for someone to work it in there, because that's the one explanation for all this shit is he is Mr. Unlimited. I mean, what else is there to say? Like that's all it is. He's Mr. Unlimited.
Kevin wants to know more about PCP.
And it's funny because earlier in the thread, Kev said he gave up drinking during the week, and now he's here asking about the PCP. Like, brother, if you need it, there's places to get help, and I'll be the first to step up and walk you through this. Like, PCP ain't the answer, man.
I mean, he didn't say that he wanted to do it, though. He just said he needed to know more about it. Like, if you could hand him out like a pamphlet or something, maybe he's weighing his options. Like, he doesn't say explicitly like, I need to get me some of this PCP jewel. He's just saying, hey, maybe you could educate me more so I could avoid.
He says he wants to know if she warned him. That's the key. Kev wants to know.
No, that's a good question though, because I was sitting there thinking the same thing.
No.
She wasn't like, oh, hey, this shit's lace, bro.
No, but like my other thing is like, you must be a sick fucking person just be ripping that thing all night, like ripping PCP, like that's like
true.
And she's just like that's in her hand 24/7. She's just ripping it, so she must be so fucking high on PCP. My friend took one rip and needed to be escorted out of the club. Like,
oh god.
So
God, I'm so glad I survived my 20s sometimes, like shit.
For real, dude. Could you imagine if fucking that type of shit was around when we were in college, where you could just, oh, let me borrow. Damn, dude.
Right? Like, fuck that.
No.
Well, it's funny because my wife was saying to me earlier this week, she's like, what if we go to like one of those inclusives down like Mexico or whatever? It's only this much or whatever. And I was like, all right, well, how much do we have to pay for kidney insurance? Like, What do I need to make sure that I don't get stuck up like in one of those horror flicks where you end up getting all your organs harvested and ditched in the woods?
Yeah, it's a good quote from the fucking press.
Robert saying that apparently during this presser today that Russell said he wanted to, or that he watched all 17 Broncos games last season, and it was then that he knew this was a winning franchise. Which Robert also follows that up with meaning that Russell Wilson didn't watch a single Broncos game from the past 6 seasons.
He made a critical mistake too. Halfway through, he was like, "I want to play here for 10 years and win 4 Super Bowls." And when he said that, I was like, "You just doomed. You're done." Like when LeBron did that in Miami, one of the biggest mistakes of LeBron's career.
Oh, easily.
Well, when he counted out, not one, not two, not three. Yeah, that'll usually come back to bite you in the ass.
Imagine that. Do you think he even gets one? Do you think he even gets to one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna let Christian answer that first.
Well, he also thinks UConn's winning the national title, so like we need to calibrate here.
I'm more confident in that than I am in Russell Wilson winning the Super Bowl in Denver. But yeah, because we have like such a great young offensive core that it's like Tannehill would rip it in Denver, so you know what.
yeah, Tannehill missed his opportunity to jump ship in Tennessee to come to the Broncos.
He's Mr. Semi-limited.
I would have welcomed Tannehill with open arms too. Like,
would you rather have him over Russell Wilson?
No.
okay.
But I'm saying like over Teddy Bridgewater, yeah. Like,
yeah, and then Robert Taylor also pointing out that the AFC is fucking stacked now, and it's going to be tough. Yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, the AFC West is a fucking gauntlet, and then the Bills are over there doing their thing. Obviously, Tennessee, even with Tannehill, they're going to drag his. Who?
They released Julio Jones today.
Oh yeah, but who gives a shit? He did. They dragged his corpse to the playoffs anyway. Like, I mean, Julio's
AJ Brown wasn't shit this year either, though. Like, he had an off year for himself too, even though he was.
Well, he was. They were both hurt. They were both hurt. But I mean, with AJ Brown, that he'll bounce back. He should be fine. But I mean, Julio's just done. He was already slowing down in Atlanta, which is why they let him go. So there's no way that like he's worth anything basically now. I mean, he's a slow possession receiver.
You know where he's
going to the Patriots, and
I was gonna say he's going to Tampa. Like he's going to go hang out with Tom, because you notice that Tom Brady announced his unretirement after all the quarterback moves were pretty much settled in.
Oh shit! I guess that's another thing that happened this week. I've been so consumed with everything else going on, I forgot that Tom Brady's punk
TB12 baby.
Unretired since our last show too. So I mean, I guess we should talk about that. Is that the least shocking unretirement like in the history of retirements?
Why did he even fucking retire? Like,
I don't think he even did. I still think that I still think that he was kind of pissed that Schefter, leaked that shit, and he was like that's why when after it happened, when everybody kind of asked him, well, is there any chance you come back? And he's just, you never know. Like, I think that motherfucker knew the whole time he was coming back, and he was legit upset that Schefter put that news out there. He didn't get to control it, and he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm coming back.
Douche. He's a douche.
I mean, he may be a douche, but he still can play football, man. Like, that's the thing, is you look at this year, like they were a Hail Mary that Matt Stafford chucked down the field to get in position for that final drive. They were that away from advancing in the playoffs. Like, I don't blame him, man. Why would you hang it up when you can still play?
Kevin's saying that he thinks people were hoping that the Bucks, or people are thinking that he was hoping that the Bucks would spend all their money and then go, actually, I'm going to play. And then at that point, they'd have to trade or cut him to avoid going over the cap. That's one theory.
Yeah,
I've also heard the god awful theory, because I've been, living it for the past 6 months, is that everybody and their mom has sworn that Tom Brady still has that dream of playing for the Niners and still was trying to force his way. And actually somebody, I mean, it's been floated out there for months now, but honestly, they actually had been saying like this was what was going to happen, that he was going to say that he was retiring, then come back, but during that time, basically let them know like, hey, look, I want out, and make sure that there was something going on with the Niners so we could go to. I've never bought any of that bullshit. I refuse to want any fucking part of it. I don't want Tom Brady near my franchise for all the money in the world. I don't care what anybody fucking says. No, I don't want the 6th Super Bowl ring that way. I would not celebrate it if he came there. So get that out of your fucking mind right now. Tom Brady can keep his ass.
You wouldn't celebrate a Super Bowl if Tom Brady came to the Niners and won it.
Not if you getting another one.
I didn't say I wouldn't celebrate the Super Bowl, bitch. I said I wouldn't celebrate him. I would hate watch all of it. I would be so bitter about like the entire experience.
Speaking of hate watch, Robert Taylor's got a great comment there to show his true colors again as that Chiefs fan, Scott. If you pop that up.
Oh yeah, he said that he made the Super Bowl week all about him, and that was it. That's all it was about.
That's the only reason why Tom Brady did this, was make Super Bowl week all about him.
Yeah, I mean, and that's true too, because he did announce it during Super Bowl week, and ironically enough, there he wasn't. So
I mean, all I'm saying is like that's the kind of level of petty we support on this show. So I don't know why there's anger being thrown at him for doing that.
Because he's a piece of shit. There's exceptions. They're like
Christian.
What the fuck they do?
Have you gone around this table and just seen how big our piles are?
I understand, but like,
all
if
right,
Tom Brady cured cancer, I'm still gonna be like, fuck that guy.
I mean,
it's a strong take.
I mean, we're kind of over cancer, right? Like we've already done a lot of good work with cancer, so it's like, it's not that big a deal anymore, man. Go cure something that's a little bit harder, you know.
But Brady would figure out a way to make it all about him. And
here's the real
thing. I got a good sip, chug, drain pour here real quick while I'm thinking about it. So we're gonna go
explain to the audience how that works.
No, because our damn audience knows what's going on, so you don't need to half-ass explain it. No, you were pretty awful at it. We're gonna go sip, chug, drain pour. Brady, Jeets, and who the hell was? Damn it, Kobe. I lost the third one. Kobe. Oh no, it wasn't Kobe because that was too simple. Who the hell did I have as my other one? Shit, who were we just talking about besides Tom Brady?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, not fucking Jimmy. God damn it. There was we were just talking about somebody, and I was like, oh, that would be a perfect one. And then I actually wow, this has been an epic fail. No, it was something legit because I was like, it was gonna get Christian fired up for a second. Like it was LeBron? Tom Brady. No. It wasn't LeBron either. Yeah, Kemba Walker.
I was scanning through my mind trying to think like who are athletes that have beat UConn in the Final Four and stuff. I'm like Ray Allen, nope, on their team. Fuck. Kemba, nope, on the team. Fuck. I got nothing.
The team. Yep.
On the team.
I know. And
I really like UConn in this tournament. It's starting to build.
You love them. It's like you have the same conversation that I've been having with myself for the last week. You're like,
Kevin's suggesting that I was the third that I was thinking of was the dude in Florida who ate someone's face. No, I can't remember. And
okay, well, Scott, there's two.
We were talking about Russell Wilson and Rodgers.
I met Kemba Walker's mom this weekend.
Whoa. Cool. Hold on a second. While I'm trying to think of this third, I need to hear two stories. Which one do you want to tell first? The one about you getting fired or the one about Kemba Walker's mom?
Oh, well, the one about me getting fired is like, it was yesterday, actually. I got fired yesterday. But I was supposed to leave at 4, and, like, I'm a cashier, right? So I had to, like, turn my light off. That means I'm open. Turned it off. My boss comes up. She's like, where are you going? I'm like, home. She's like, no, you can't leave till your replacement gets here. I'm like, no, I leave at 4. I'm going to go home. And she's like, turn your light back on, and someone will be there to replace you. And I was like, yeah, no, all right. And then I walked right by her, clocked out, walked right by her again, and walked out the door. And then as I'm walking out the door, I hear her go to like one of my other bosses and is like, next time I see him, I'm firing him. And so I'm not
Okay.
going to give her that. I'm not going to give her that
So
opportunity.
you didn't.
So
you just
first
didn't
of all,
go back to work.
First of all, technically, you're not fired, my friend. So
Not
if
yet.
they ever ask you on an application if you've ever been fired, you can still
I
check
quit.
no.
I quit.
You just chose to not come back on the schedule. Like, basically, it's like parting ways. Travis Steele and Xavier parted ways today.
Mutual
Christian
parting
and his
ways.
employer parted ways like yesterday. Like, you just parted ways.
We
Did I
just
throw
didn't
it up
see
on my
eye to
Snapchat
eye.
story?
Yeah,
exactly.
I have agreed to mutually part ways with Stop and Shop.
Stop and Shop no longer has my best interest at heart.
The only way
We're not
that
gonna
gets
do
better
it.
is he goes, I've parted ways with Stop and Shop and I've decided to take my talents to Meyer.
Robert's saying, so you technically quit.
Well, I guess you could look at it either way. I like the fired part. But, like, the silver lining is what Mookie just said. I've never been fired from a job, technically.
That's right.
So.
It's not
Oh, and
lying.
then, yeah, Kemba's mom. So I told you this guy's pre-show, but I got family tickets to the UConn Villanova game on Friday night. Dan Hurley's tickets, like his personal tickets. Walked up to the booth.
Is he the one that has the book?
Tank's saying the Stop and Shop story is going to say Stop and Shop would like to wish Christian good luck in his future endeavors.
His future endeavors in transaction management and product bagging or some shit.
We believe that Christian has a bright future. It's just not with Stop and Shop.
We decided to go in a different direction.
We enjoyed his time here with his light turned on.
Apparently, according to Robert Taylor, walking out on the job isn't a better look than getting fired. I don't know, dude. Like, walking out on the job, you saying, no, I've taken enough of your shit, big corporation. I'm out of here. Whereas getting fired, you're just like worthless.
Right, that's Tom Brady.
It doesn't give them the satisfaction.
Exactly. It gives you keep the power as the employee.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Power to the employees.
I showed them.
Hell fucking yeah. So where are you putting job apps now? Like, you can go chase your dreams, and
I think
what's
I'm
that
gonna
look
take
like?
some time off.
Yeah.
Reevaluate.
Take you
Fuck
some
my
me.
family.
Take you
Yeah.
some me time. work on yourself.
Get back to basics, work on the fundamentals.
See where that takes me. When I'm ready to get back in the game, we'll see. I don't know.
You know, that's what it is. It's an emotional time right now. Like, you
Yeah.
need to give yourself some space.
Oh
Like, it's
my
too
God.
emotional right now to be deciding your future.
Yeah, it's tough. Got a lot on my plate right now. So.
Tell McDonald's if they come calling that she just got a
It's
long-term
just gonna be a
relationship.
minute.
You're
Yeah.
just not ready to get back in the game yet.
Wait, so we shifted from like sports nostalgia to like relationship euphemisms. I love it.
with middle jobs.
So wait, so if that's the case, then like, what happens if Stop and Shop texts you at 2 a.m. is like, yo, you up?
Oh. No, they're gonna know Christian's up and be like, I know you're walking. Why don't you
Your
swing?
phone's probably dead.
Why don't you come through?
You see what Tank just put in the chat?
Oh
That's what I
no, we got some catching up here. Hold on a second. Oh shit! Oh, Whitey's saying that he's gonna travel to Africa. Oh god! And Tank says that Christian is basically the Tom Brady of retail. That's what I was trying to get out before we said that. Like, he absolutely is. Like, I want to go out on my own terms. So fuck you and your narrative. I'm gonna tell the story the way I want to tell it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make you look like the bad guy every day of the week.
See, and Robert Taylor's over here saying, explain walking out on your job on your resume. My man, Christian don't need a resume. He is the resume. He is the walking portfolio. Like, he ain't need to put no resumes out there.
Tank's
for his positions.
confident that he'll be back in the game soon.
It's hard to stay away. Hard to stay away. So,
Well, you know, if this
for the love of the game, huh?
worst case, if nothing works out, like, we'll mail you our empties and you can return them in for the deposit or some shit.
that would make some money. I feel like.
I mean, I feel
All
like
of you
yeah,
guys
you
with
would.
empties.
Whoo, buddy.
Okay, all right. So
now.
before we get too far away and my stomach's killing me, can you tell the story about Kemba Walker's mom?
Oh yeah, whatever. No, Dan Early is the coach of the UConn basketball team, but yeah, I was like, yeah, Hurley left me tickets. They're like, here you go, whatever. So we're in the family section, and I sit down, and to my left is like Tyrese Martin's family. To my right is this kid Andre Jackson's family. Chatting it up with them, whatever. And then for some reason, UConn has this thing where like, if you're like one of like UConn's like legends, like your mom gets like great seats for free. So like Kemba Walker's mom.
That's like a really specific perk.
I was just gonna
I know.
say that really is.
It's like a thing. Like all the UConn moms change their Twitter handle to like UConn mom number 4, like whatever number your
For
son
real?
on the team is.
It's a
So, like,
fucking cult.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But
I would like to go to that bake sale, though. I tell you what. Oh, nope, you're on mute now. Oh, shit broke.
Did he mute himself?
Would you
Am I
tell?
back?
Would you tell
Oh yeah,
them-
there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
tell them
no,
women to
it's when I
stop
get a
texting
phone
you.
call.
Yeah.
No,
You're
it's when
busy
I get a
right now.
phone call because I'm on my phone because my lap. What's your voice sound like that? It's just
Why
me
does your
again?
voice sound like that?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, but
So all the moms
freaking
change
out
their
the way
Twitter
voice
handle.
sounds right now.
Wait, what does his voice sound like now? Is it like sexy or like what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
whatever. So Baz Napier and Kemba Walker's.
Christian. This is your wake up call.
oh my
You
God.
need to make some changes in your life decisions.
This is UConn mom number 42. Look,
I was gonna go with Christian. I am your father, but I don't know if you get the reference. You know, kids these days. I don't know if you know what that is.
he has no fucking clue what that is.
Star
There's no-
Wars.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
All right. Well, good news, Scott. He's gonna go 1 for 5 tonight.
Yeah, we decided we're gonna play a new game called Young Motherfucker, and apparently Mookie has questions ready to go, and you've already nailed one of them, so you're in good stead. So okay, all right. Kemba Walker's mom in the
Yeah.
section go.
Whatever. They get great seats, like basically on the court. So Kemba Walker's mom and Shabazz Napier's mom, and they wear their son's jerseys. It's like it's a cult, and like they've recruited RJ Cole's mom now too, so she sits there. But like before the game starts, it's like your own private section. So you have like free reign to like walk around and talk to everyone. And I went up to her, started talking to her, met her. It really was not that good of a story. I don't know why it took so long to tell it, but
Well, I like the
That's
UConn
it.
mom cult thing because I feel like this we need
Yeah.
some deeper
Like-
research into this. I feel like there's a story there if you just dig hard enough.
yeah, I could do like a thesis on it. Like,
Did you offer Kemba Walker's mom jewel laced with PCP? Hey, Miss Walker, you trying to get down?
This is some good shit.
The saddest thing is like every time I hear PCP, all I can think of is fucking Dave
Friday.
Chappelle's skit. Oh,
Oh,
that's
I
another
think
good
of Friday. I think of Friday and getting laced and Smokey in the chicken coop. That's what I think of. Is Smokey in the chicken coop high on PCP.
Oh, all right. I got. See, here's the other thing, Scott. I keep coming up with new ones too. So we're gonna end up with a decent list on this.
Okay, all right. Are we going to transition into asking, or are we
Well-
just going to sprinkle them in as we kind of think about them? Because I feel like that's probably the better way to go, right?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Because the other part was I said to myself, you know, worst case scenario, if we need to either bail ourselves out or we're running out of shit, we've got like a good 15 minutes on this one at least. But
Oh well, I'm not worried about either one of those things.
clearly not, because
we're down to half. I was gonna say we're down to
Yeah.
half hour, but I mean we might as well go on ahead and do some of this, and we can get back to anything else that pops in anyway. I mean,
that's true.
I just
yeah.
wanted to make sure that we made fun of the fact that the NFL had gone nuts with
All the
spending.
money.
Yeah, and we touched on the Travis Steele thing. I mean, I know I'm the only one who gives a shit about the baseball thing. Christian was staring at the screen blanker than fucking.
Fucking foreign language.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I'm never even gonna switch it over to Christian on that one. But we'll go on ahead and fuck with these because I feel like the young motherfucker thing can spur on so much other dialogue. So
Easily.
let's toss a couple at him and see where we go.
Well, so I'll give a little background here too, Christian, because we've done this in the past, but it was always you white motherfucker. What Scott would obviously point out how white Mike and I are. I mean, we'll just call it what it is, right? So I took a little spin on it. I was like, you know what we could do is turn around and make it young motherfucker. except that when we did it with White Motherfucker, we would flip-flop back and forth. So Scott would ask Mike questions, and if Mike got a certain amount right, then he got to come back at Scott the next week. So we'll do the same thing with you, where if you get enough of these right this week, then you can come back around next week and fire them back at us. Or more likely what's going to happen is you're not going to do any pre-work, and then we'll just fire him off at Caesar if he's available, and then we can all laugh at him together, and you can feel like you knew some of the answers. So sound good?
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
so stoked. I love the energy.
Are we going?
I'm going to just
Are we
fire a
going?
couple at you. Yeah,
Right
let's see
now.
here if I can find my fucking list. Where did the thing go?
I thought you just
Wait,
had
is,
it.
is
did.
your voice like different, or is that just on my end?
Hold on a second. I want to know: is it both of us that sound different, or is it just Mookie that sounds different?
It's just Mookie.
Okay, because I don't. Nothing happened on Mookie's then. Like he sounds
gonna
the
say,
same
no.
to me. Like I don't know if there's some sort of echo or something. Are you trying to fuck Mookie or?
I
No,
mean,
it's just like his voice got like really deep for some reason. It's
really deep. Like
it kept
creepy
throwing me
deep.
off there. I'm like, yeah.
Credit card, you got it. See, there's a reference you don't get. Right there. Starting off strong.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Mookie, go.
Here's the first one. And again, I was telling the guys, we're going to have to like calibrate this a bit because I'm trying to find out where your sweet spots are, where, you know, what you guys know. Who is Beulah Lisa Wilkes? And again, they're all going to be pop culture-ish references. So it's not going to be like my babysitter from back in the day. Like
Beulah, Lisa. I don't know.
Beulah,
I don't know who
quote,
that is.
Lisa. All right. Lisa Wilkes. Scott?
That's Saved by the Bell, bitch, ain't it?
Oh, no. But right thought process. No, that was Will Smith's girlfriend in Fresh Prince.
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's
that
right.
Lisa.
Because she did hit the Beulah. That I should have known that if only because I watched that episode where it was revealed that her middle name was Beulah. Saturday before last, BET was running a marathon, and I saw that episode.
Ooh, nice. That's a solid one though, too, right?
Ooh.
All right. So, well, you know, you tried. We'll give you another one here, and this one's just timely because of the day it is. And so today is actually known as Austin 316 Day. What is that a reference to?
What do you mean?
So today is named.
So if somebody says Austin 316 to you, what is your response?
Oh, it's a WWE thing. It's fucking Stone Cold.
Ah, I got
There
it.
we go.
You
There
got
you
it.
go. He said WWE thing, and I was like, oh man, I feel like he's maybe partial credit, but yeah, you got that there. Well done, son. Well done. That is very. I don't know why I keep calling you son. That's maybe why my voice sounds like being a creep.
You keep
over
calling
here.
him son, and your voice keeps dropping. That's
Jesus
extra
Christ.
weird.
You know, this is why we can't have daylight savings time, because shit changes and then everything just goes fucking weird, right? All right, here's the last one for now, and I think we can spin off of this one a little bit here, Scott. So,
Okay.
Christian, who is Debo?
Say that name again.
Who is Debo? Or do you know the reference of you got Debo'd?
I feel like not knowing this one is
Okay,
pretty
hold on.
interesting.
There's a chance to redeem himself, but I'll be concerned too if he doesn't get this right. Do you know who Terry Crews is?
Yeah.
Okay, Terry Crews from Brooklyn
Yeah.
Nine-Nine and shit. Debo from Friday? Remember when he was Debo back in the day?
Hold on a second,
I've never
motherfucker.
seen Friday.
Did you? Okay, we're gonna address that in just a second. But did this motherfucker just say that Terry Crews played Debo? Did you just say that?
I might have, yeah. Fuck.
Oh my god, bro.
Terry Crews is the cheeseburger guy in The Longest Yard, right?
I don't really know how to answer that.
Well, hold on a second, because
I'm looking.
you've earned the shit
fuck.
out of this one. You know it.
Yeah, damn it. It was Tom Lister with a crazy, because I forgot he had the light blue eyes. That's what made him look extra
Yo,
crazy.
What the fuck,
Damn it.
Man just passed away like
I know.
a year or so ago,
I
and
know.
you said that he was Terry. Oh my god. Well, that question.
Well, but
doesn't
see,
count.
here's the thing, Scott. It's fine because we're not playing white motherfucker. We're playing young motherfucker. He didn't
Well,
know it either way. I was trying to
whited
lead him
yourself
into
on.
it.
You
Sure.
whited yourself on that question. But now let's address the fact that you've never seen Friday, Christian. Like, what the fuck?
No, I don't like movies that aren't like super HD, so I don't watch any movie made before 2006, 7. Like when I'm scrolling through Netflix and like I'm like, oh, this looks good, but if I see like 1998 next to it, it's not happening. The quality pisses me off. Like I can't watch it.
You know what? Look, as a guy who chooses his beer based on how easy it is to crush the can, I kind of get that though. Like you don't want to fuck around wasting your time with stuff that's not quality.
Oh my god!
It literally gets on my nerves. Like I'm like, what the? It's so grainy. And in reality, it's not. But like compared to like the shit now, it really is. It sucks.
Christian's scrolling through Netflix and he doesn't see the 4K logo. He's like, nah, I'm good. Fuck that shit.
Like,
every week he writes a letter to Netflix.
Like, regular HD, at least.
Regular HD.
Whitey's saying that's the most Zoomer shit. I love it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Friday is in quote unquote regular HD.
Yeah,
like,
but Friday came out in '96 though, so Christian's swiping left on that shit.
It started like it's fairly recent too. Like I don't remember when it started, but like I could watch old movies when I was younger. This will piss you guys off. I hate watching the original 3 Star Wars because it is so badly. The quality is so bad, and I can't do it. I'd rather watch the newest trilogy than the oldest trilogy, just because of.
So you're willing to deal with absolute shit narrative and acting
because
it's in 4K.
No, this is exactly why we get the movies we get now. They're like, we don't have to fucking try. Right. If we shoot this shit in 4K, the kids ain't gonna care.
Does it zoom? It's like, does it flash?
This might be a bad example, but it's the same thing with porn. I don't watch anything below 720 HP on that.
This might be bad.
It got weird, man. It's got real weird, real fast.
That is a take. I need Christian to own that shit. Hold on a second. So my man, because seriously, you really limit yourself if you're like, look, this is happening right now, but it ain't happening under 720p.
Yeah.
And you go looking, and I mean, because on the internet for the free shit, like none of that shit is in high definition. Mostly, like I mean, some of it. Every now and then you get some clips or whatever. But I mean, you got to pay for memberships and shit to make sure that it's in high quality.
I got a good website, and I get 1080p on that website.
Oh, well, you gonna share that website? You gonna just keep holding out on us?
Yeah, you want it? I'll send it in the show chat later.
Not gonna out yourself on national podcast, whatever the fuck network. All right.
So you won't. So like same thing though, year wise. Like if it was shot before 2006, you're like, nah, I'm good.
Dude. We're talking about porn or movies.
Porn, because that's the name of the game.
That like rules out MILF hunters.
Yeah. Like no, not even like 2006. With porn, it's like 2012 at least. that's when porn like became what it is today.
It became what it is today.
Everything before that, the buttholes, they just weren't good.
2012, the line of demarcation when porn became great.
That's like around that time. That's when like plot lines actually like started to make somewhat sense.
God, what
like
the fuck?
You've all seen the.
Are you watching like Pirates of the Caribbean porn kind of shit, like movie studio quality stuff? Like, how long does it take you to jerk off? That's why you can't find your laptop. Fuck, dude.
I mean, for real, this dude went with the take that 2012 is when porn met its narrative peak.
The writing really took off. All those workers or all those writers who lost
Well,
their jobs
I
in the
know you fucking
recession.
seen it.
Hold on, no. Go ahead.
let's hear it.
You know
Yeah.
we've seen what? We've seen
Like
what?
you've seen it. It's like a meme. It's the Lisa Ann one where the kid's in the bathtub and she shows up as a lifeguard, and the kid's like, "This isn't a pool. This is a bathtub." Like that's awful.
Yeah, I mean that is bad.
Why do you say he can't get hard if this is pre 9/11?
Oh my God! That's a hot take.
He also wants to know that you're the gift that keeps on giving, Christian. Seriously, dude, you are. Like, I mean, I did not know that we were gonna talk about the quality and writing of porn and in the line of 2012. I'm never gonna be able to think of the year 2012 the same again.
Nope.
Anytime 2012 comes up, I'm like, yeah, that was the year porn fully matured, right? Like that's when it came into its
Really
own.
took off. Really took off. I mean, like, now he's gonna cough up a lung here.
Oh shit!
You know what, though?
my
I think
God,
really
dude.
he's got a good point because I think they realize that they should just embrace the sitcom parodies in porn. Then, right? I don't know. I'm trying to bridge into something else. And
Tank wants to know if you're writing your college thesis
there you go.
on porn because you've had some hot takes that need to be explained.
The evolution of porn. They're all much better actors now too. Like it's. I can go for days on this, but
I mean, I think you should. Like, clearly, that's what the people want.
Oh my God, dude!
another thing is like, I will not watch like the shortened videos. I need
You
like the
can't do
whole
that.
like.
Well, because then you don't actually get the plot. It's just like watching a fucking trailer, like, right?
Yes, I'm a big plot guy. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, because it makes it hotter, like, right? Anyone can bang some blondes, but like, if it's
What
the
the
teacher,
fuck is happening, yo? Like,
the title says it all. Scott, Mike left. I don't know why you said the cats will play. What the fuck is that? But
oh, well, you never. I guess it's mice. I fucked that up. Oh God, I fucked up the title. I
Yeah,
just
you
now
did.
realized that. Oh shit. Well, I guess we're the. Yeah.
you could change the title from when we publish to Talking Porn with Christian.
Well, oh no, it's 100% going to be
Oh,
changed.
shit.
Like the title of this is going to somehow involve 2012 mature porn. Yeah, all these things like high definition.
4K. So
Oh
wait,
my
Christian, do you get down with that 3D porn stuff then, or is that like too technologically advanced?
Oh my God.
Oh, that's like.
Oh, here, real quick before you get to that, though, Whitey's got a good one. Or it's Tank, actually. Tank has a good one. Sound off or sound on for your porn.
AirPods.
AirPods.
Yeah, that's the right way to do that.
My
Better
man
out of
is-
headphones. I
my
will
man
die
is-
on that
my-
hill too. It's way
my
better
man
out of
is-
headphones. Way better out of headphones.
Climaxing with the AirPods in.
Dude, you can like really get into the plot when you don't hear everything around you, though, man. Like, think about it. Makes sense.
I mean, Steve Jobs is somewhere, and his legacy is that people are using one of his company's devices to get themselves off.
Dude, they were using his first device to get themselves off. Really, though?
Oh, God.
Laptops scare me because of that camera, so I use my phone. But
You worried somebody's watching you?
yeah,
I mean, there's a camera on your phone, right? I just ruined Christian's porn experience. All his devices.
yeah.
You
But on my
just
phone, all
blew
they're
his
gonna see is like
mind.
my face, so like they can guess what I'm doing. But then,
Oh, man. Tank says that you're a sound hound. Oh, my God, dude.
why do you watch silent porn?
I
Because
mean,
sometimes if there's
I was
other
just gonna say sometimes,
So I
Like-
still bite that bullet. Like even if my roommates are home, I don't really care. I'm doing it.
I don't really care. I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
My man started off the show eating 59-cent ramen with no job and has dropped all the knowledge on the porn game.
I mean, dude is clearly living the dream, man. That's all we know about.
Dude,
all we need to say about that.
Listen, I grew up in the golden age of porn. So
the golden age.
Think about it. 2012 hit its peak. I'm 12 years old.
Oh yeah, you're blossoming
there.
Whitey says that he's got to have his studio monitors in. He wants to hear that sweaty pickling sound that happens between slaps.
Oh God, Whitey. He's always had a way with words, that man.
He really does. I mean, this is one of those things though, where it's just like everybody's willing to chime in after you hear the hot take of both the year that it matured and the fact that it's
AirPods.
The fact that it's only good when it's in high def. Like, I can't believe that.
Yeah,
that's a take, man. Because I've seen some shit where I'm like, oh man, this is pretty grainy. But I mean, fuck it, I'm here.
That's where the imagination should take over.
The 1080. Like, you got to remember that. Like, most of these girls are pretty gross. So like the 1080 gives you every detail. So sometimes it's like.
Right, exactly. All the more reason that I don't want it in high def.
720 is perfect.
Wait. Say it again.
480 and 360 just piss.
720 is considered high def
in terms of like the depth.
Yeah, 720 is the lowest of high def, isn't it? Like, that's the lowest tier.
That's like, we'll compare it to like a 2010 era movie where it's like, I'll watch it, but like movies today are like much better quality. That's how this conversation starts.
I just don't understand. So if you're saying that, I'm pretty sure Star Wars is at least 720 with the remastered bullshit.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they when they remastered it for it's all in high def.
If I put a 720 porn next to that Star Wars, it's different. I'll tell you.
That's because you got attention to the porn or the
I was just
Star
going to
Wars.
say it's way different. I'll tell you that. There's a lot different between any version of Star Wars you could possibly see and porn.
Well,
there's no comparing the two.
There's porn for that, obviously.
Yes.
Pretty good porn too, I'd say.
Where do we go from here?
Where do we go? Well,
I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at it. We're at 9:21, and so unless anybody's got any more super hot takes about porn, we can probably start to wrap things up.
I feel like I have questions for days still with Christian, but we might want to save a little bit too.
What, we got a part 2 next week?
I mean, why not?
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you this. I know that we're not about to be able to have a show next week and not address that. Hey, Mike, while you were gone, we learned all about Christian's porn preferences, and we learned when porn matured and when it like the best type of plot lines and all that shit. Like, there's no way we're just going to be able to be like, oh yeah, last week's show was great.
So wait, are you
missed having you?
Are you saying that it's rude of us to make it only Christian's preferences that are shared? Like, we should step up? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, I'm good. Like, I mean, you can go ahead. Go for it.
No, I
kind of alluded to it in the fact that I'm like, I mean, high def. I've seen some shit that I'm like I said, it's like a grainy Zapruder film. I'm like, but I think that's a boob. Like, dude,
that's a boob.
We grew up in an era when you watched the scrambled Playboy channel and you like it when it flashed and when you got that glimpse of just a tit, you're like, oh shit. Like, I mean, all you could do is hear the chick's moaning. So,
I saw.
I mean, this dude is like refusing to watch anything but full on high depth clips, and he doesn't even know the struggle of watching scrambled Playboy 22B. That was the channel.
I'm spoiled.
You really are, man. Like,
you really are.
If you can't pick,
I for it every day though.
He's like, I won't do it without name brand hand lotion either. Fuck that store bought shit.
Wow. Dude, you need to get a job because you got some expensive tastes.
I was gonna say it's gonna be tough to beat off for a little while. You go to the store, you're like, I'll take a couple of 59-cent noodles and this $7 bottle of hand lotion.
Yeah. Like, son, are you okay? You be coming in here every third day for more cup of noodles and a bottle of lotion.
You got another hot date tonight?
Got a lot of free time on my hands.
The place where we get that stuff is where us quit / got fired from. So
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a bit of a dilemma.
Oh shit. All right, guys. Well,
Yeah,
I guess
don't know where to go
we
from
need
here.
to go on ahead and fucking talk about these beers one last time.
I was gonna
before
say we
get
might as well
outta
talk about
here.
fucking
So,
beer.
Yeah, should I bring back the thing or should I go something else? Let's do something else.
Is there like a random button? Just like hit random or shuffle.
Nah, I'm not using that. I'm using feeding the ducks. There we go. Yeah, like this is the porn music for Christian.
Yeah, right
We're
here.
gonna feed the ducks and talk about our beers. Mookie, what were you drinking? Would you fuck your beer?
You know what? I think that we just found ourselves another track for our Slow Jams album, and it's got to be something like I need it to be 1080p, baby, or some shit like that. Sorry, we could workshop that title later, but it's all about how we need to make sure that porn be high quality enough. Tonight I was drinking something from Colorado, from High Hops Brewing. I forgot the name of it already because there's too many fucking words on the can. I think it's Chaotic Neutral. It is a sour goze, I think is what we're really another.
We said Goza.
Goza, whatever.
Yeah.
Goza, whatever. Who gives a fuck here? It was all right. It was a good beer. You know, I get down with it. Don't get me wrong, but it. In the parlance of our
is
times,
it 1080p though?
I was gonna say it's more like a 720. So again, I'm not gonna turn my nose up at it and get all snooty.
You'd slum it.
I'd slum it at that 720p for it, but yeah, definitely not 4K, definitely not 1080. Probably 720 with a solid soundtrack and crucial plot.
Oh man! All right, Christian, what were you drinking? Would you fuck it?
Bud Light and wine.
So you already fucked it.
Yeah. All right. Well, mid-show during the baseball talk. That's why I wasn't involved.
I mean, what better thing to do than talk baseball, right?
I don't know how disturbing that conclusion is that you come to that, because I mean it means that we must be in 1080p if he was sitting there watching us. I was drinking Java Groove, a 5.8% coffee. I think it's a light coffee stout, but it's out of New Terrain Brewing Company. Like I said, it's a blonde coffee ale, I believe, and this shit's delicious. I'd fuck it. I don't need my shit to be in 1080. I'm a clips guy. I mean, I'll get a little upset if it's not the full video, but that's only because they skip some of the good shit. But I don't need plot. I don't need details. I just need a handful of money shots that I like. And that's it.
But how do you get to those money shots? That's what the plot adds. That's what the scenes in between the money shots. Like, you just need some
scenes between the money shots. What? Why you need multiple scenes?
Dude, I'm just hitting the scrub bar. Like, I'm just scrubbing
right?
across until I get to the parts where I know. Like, I generally have an idea where those scenes are going to be.
I scrub too, but like, I need some context.
You know what,
Some
Scott,
context.
we're looking at this all wrong, right? Like, we're both employed individuals with professional careers and families. This bum's unemployed, so
he's got all the time.
He's got all the time in the world to be cranking down. So,
like, look, I got time. I got 30 minutes. Kids are gonna be up in 30 minutes. I gotta make this happen.
Don't bust yet. We got to see how they close this story arc. Oh, hold on. Those pre-commercial break cliffhangers have got to be brutal, man.
Oh my god! They hit you with those mid-ad rolls.
Yeah, what the fuck is this? See, that's why, you know what, Christian, you got a good point. You probably don't get as many of those when you watch the whole plot. It's us fuckers skipping around that they're putting ads on.
Oh my god!
You got a good website.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do things for us here this week on Craft Brewed Sports. This has been something. Mike is out in Arizona. He'll be back next week. I'm sure he'll have plenty of bitching still to do about the Reds because it's a freaking nightmare. There's no way we're not going to be able to discuss what Christian, Mookie, and I just discussed. Like, this conversation will be ongoing. So if you enjoyed the show, and hell, even if you didn't, come on back next week. We'll have plenty more to discuss. Thanks for joining us. Shout out to Belly Up Sports for having us on as always. You can find us anywhere you get your podcast. Tell your friends. Subscribe, rate, and review. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We'll see you next week in 1080p.
If it went before 9/11, we ain't having it.
Peace, everybody. We out.